You're not hard to love. You just outgrew conditional love. A soul retrieval message. What if you were never too much? What if you were just finally done with love that required your self-abandonment? In this powerful sacred audio, I will guide you through a deep remembrance. You are not hard to love. You simply outgrew love that came with conditions, guilt, performance, and silence. This is a transmission for the heart that's tired of proving, for the soul that's ready to be seen, for the woman who's no longer apologizing for her light, her boundaries, her bigness. In this sacred message, we explore the pain of conditional love and people-pleasing, the liberation of outgrowing roles that kept you small, the truth about safe love versus performance-based love, soul proclamation to anchor in your worth, a deep reminder that you are worthy of being loved as you are. Press play and let your spirit exhale. This is for your healing, for your remembering, for your rising. You're not hard to love. You just outgrew unconditional love. A sacred remembrance for the one reclaiming their worth, softness, and soul. Welcome home, beloved family. I am your guide, Annie Divine. This is a remembrance, not a lesson, not a lecture, but a sacred whisper from your soul to your heart. You were never hard to love. You were just surrounded by people who required your shrinking in exchange for affection. So exhale and let's begin the unraveling. The wound of conditional love. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that love had to be earned, that your softness made you weak, that your truth made you difficult, that your emotions were too big, too loud, too inconvenient. You were told to quiet down, calm down, sit down. You were praised for being easy to manage, not for being fully alive. And so you learned to perform, to make yourself palatable, to shapeshift for safety, to smile through the ache, to become a version of yourself that felt digestible to others, but unrecognizable to you. And maybe you started calling that survival skill love. But that wasn't love. That was emotional labor in disguise. The turning point, outgrowing the performance. Eventually, your soul couldn't take the shrinking anymore. You started noticing the misalignment, You began feeling restless in rooms where you used to feel safe. You got tired of giving from an empty cup. You got exhausted by being the strong one, the nice one, the one who gets it. You stopped laughing at jokes that belittled you. You stopped pretending confusion around people who couldn't meet your depth. You stopped apologizing. You stopped apologizing for your intensity, your ambition, your needs. And let me tell you something. That wasn't you becoming too much. That was you finally remembering your enoughness. Love shouldn't hurt your wholeness. Love, true, sacred, divine love, will never require you to betray yourself. It won't punish your honesty. It won't guilt trip your boundaries. It won't make your healing journey feel like a burden. Love doesn't need you to be smaller. It wants all of you, the storm and the stillness, the laughter and the tears, the ambition and the softness, the sacred rage and the holy tenderness. You are not hard to love. You are just finally seeing the difference between love and approval, between intimacy and emotional transaction, between being seen and being used. You deserve safe love. There is love out there that won't ask you to perform, that won't panic when you're vulnerable, that won't shrink in the face of your light, that won't confuse your boundaries with rebellion. There is love that will meet you in your truth, that will cradle your inner child and respect your inner woman. Love that sees your power and still leans in with reverence. Love that doesn't require a mask. You are not too much. You are just loving in places that didn't have the capacity to hold you. But now you're choosing differently. Now you're choosing you. So here's what we're declaring today. I will no longer audition for love. I will no longer shrink my joy, my voice, or my vision. I will no longer beg for crumbs in spaces that I was meant to feast in. I will no longer confuse loyalty with self-betrayal. I will no longer wear silence like armor. I am no longer available for love that cost me my wholeness. You were never hard to love. You were just too scared for spaces that lacked soul. Let me repeat that again. You were just too sacred, not scared. You were just too sacred for spaces that lacked soul. Too radiant for rooms that couldn't hold your storm. Too divine for dynamics that required your denial. So now, we rise, we remember, we reclaim. Because loving yourself fully, without condition, without compromise, without delay, is the greatest revolution of all. You are not hard to love. You're just finally choosing to be loved the right way. And beloved, that begins with you. Thank you for being with me once again in the sacred temple. Subscribe for more sacred transmissions on divine self-worth, healing, and soul retrieval. And please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next temple.